Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Monday evening video. Still dark, still light out, so not dark yet, so it's not even nighttime yet, but it is a Monday evening video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. On this channel, show my other channels your love and support as well. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my respective channels from the past, now, and in the future, Conan. But all these stupid comments, you get sent to the shadow realm, beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Satan will come out, laugh at you, and then eat your soul. So, don't do it. Or face the consequences. And that's pretty much it. I want to do it on your dead channel that nobody gives two fucks about. And that's that. But for the good people out there, you want to leave a comment about wrestling or anything else, then you can do that. But, like I said, be respectful of my channels and my rules. If not, get the fuck out. It's simple as that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Leave a... And, yeah, that's what I said. I messed up my own intro, sorry. But, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications, you don't miss the next one, because if you do, you're SOL. You know what that means, bitch. And if you don't know, you will find out. That's pretty much it. Alright, so like, share, subscribe, all that other good shit, and that's it. And if you're new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, get out of here. And that's that. Alright, once again, if you didn't catch my video yet, late last night, or pretty much hours ago, many hours ago, with my Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor review over on my Peter Joseph channel, had the great news, let you guys know that we have hit over 1,200 subscribers on the Peter Joseph channel. Thank you all for getting me to that plateau basically right at my goal, almost. I wanted to get 1,200 by Memorial Day weekend. Well, it's not even Memorial Day weekend yet, but this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so thank you for getting me to that plateau. And now, off and running on the road to 1,300 subscribers. Maybe we'll hit that. I'm hoping by July 4th weekend, so we got about a month and a half to go. Maybe we'll get halfway there. Well, we'll see what happens with that. If we don't get there by July 4th, hopefully we'll get there by Labor Day weekend. And we'll see what happens with that as we get there. But hit the subscribe button on that channel, and if you haven't already, and subscribe to all my other channels as well. As we're getting close, we're gearing up for 1,300 subscribers on this very channel. Whether we hit that this year or next year, we'll see what happens with that. And a lot more milestones to come, my friends. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a great Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend wasn't the greatest, but I made do with my plans and everything. Stayed home. Pretty much yesterday, stayed home all day because I wasn't feeling well. And all that other stuff. Just decided to not sleep in the entire day, but slept in most of the day, and then I got up, did some things in the house, and hung out with the missus at the park, and then just chilled. Today, woo, it was hot. 89 degrees here in New York City. A little bit cooler around my area, because I'm near the shore, so it is what it is, but beautiful, hot day, felt like summer, it felt great. Tomorrow, going to be near 100 in the shade with a little humidity. And then Wednesday, we got some thunder boomers to kind of cool everything down for the weekend. And pretty much from Wednesday on, it's going to be a mess. Chilly, going to be around the 60s, maybe a little bit of 70s here and there as we get into next weekend. But on and off rain, which kind of sucks for your Memorial Day weekend. So if you're in New York City, might not be a great weekend to go to the beach, because it's going to be overcast, it's going to be raining on and off, So, dress accordingly. If you want to go to the beach, fine. The water's cold as balls. So be careful with that and all that other stuff. But if you're anywhere else even in Florida, it's gonna be raining like cats and dogs. So if you want to go to the beach, you might be able to, because there might be some afternoon showers. But try to make the most of your Memorial Day weekend and pretty much the rest of this week, and then the final week of May, as we are about to hit June and the countdown to the official start of summer. June, I believe, June the 20th or 21st. So about a month away from officially being summer, ladies and gentlemen. Can't wait for that. But on your Monday evening, we got Raw coming up at the top of the hour. Should be some good stuff. Jacob Fatu, he's going to start the show. We'll probably see Roman in that segment as well. We're going to end the show, per Ringside News, with Seth freaking Rollins and Austin Theory going at it. That's the main event. Okay, go with that, but alright, we'll see what happens on your 2+ hour cure for insomnia, and that's Monday Night Raw. We got 3 more shows to go before we go to Italy and have a clash in Italy. And that's next Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we got Raw the next day, I should say, June 1st at 2 p.m. on Netflix. That will be live at 2 p.m. So you don't. I mean, if you got work, you'll miss it, but you get to watch the replay. But for those of you who don't really have work on that day, you get to watch at least some of it. I'm gonna watch some of it. Then I got to go to my therapist that day. But I get to watch at least an hour Raw, then I get to watch the rest of it later when I get home. We'll see what happens with that. But should be good Raw tonight. We'll see what happens with that. But we move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as the title below says right here on the Kill the Demons channel, Kill the Demons 669 channel, I should say, it is time for your late and out-of-date WWE Smackdown, or as I call it, Welp Down, because it's a bad show. For 3 freaking hours. And it's time for your Smackdown review from this past Friday night, May the 15th, 2026. And we are emanating from the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, South Carolina. And we got that. Decent show. Our commentary team, as always. Great man that he is. Not that great, but he's great. Joe Tessitore and my good buddy who plays a mean electric twanger. That's guitar for you people at home. And that's Bad News Reed Bennett. And Joe, I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. What's the bad news there, Wade? It's fucking hot! That's the bad news, it's fucking hot! It's hot. I mean, I got my windows open, I got the AC cranking, got the ceiling fan in my bedroom, my main bedroom cranking, I got the AC in my spare bedroom cranking. I could put on the oscillating fan, but don't want to because I got air coming through here, so trying to stay warm, stay cool, and not take off my shirt because I would, but, you know, most people don't want to see that, except for you ladies right there, right there. Hey, right there, ladies, and your moms, you love to see, it. I'm not going to show it. Not right now. Maybe later. Maybe later tonight, when we get there. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so we have a long Backlash recap, as this is the Smackdown Aftermath show from Backlash. And we start out with the hometown boy, Trick Willie Shamone, comes out with little Yachty and Cocky. Yeah, his name is Cocky, the game Cox of the University of South Carolina. The mascot name is Cocky. Why not? So they'll come out. Trick talks about his time at the local high school, university, and Waffle House. I didn't know there was Waffle Houses in South Carolina. Oh, maybe if I drive through there, maybe I'll stop off at the Waffle House. As long as there's no chaos. You know how people are at the Waffle House. No saying. It's like Applebee's almost. I mean, sometimes there's a fight at the bar. But at the Waffle House... Not that many white folk fight there. Just saying, but... No story for last time. We move on. Alright, so at the restaurant, that's where he dubbed the shoes named the Lemon Pepper Steppers. I gotta get me some of those. And now his family's at ringside to watch him. And then, The Miz and Kit Wilson, they come out after, well, kind of getting humiliated at Backlash by Mrs. Danhausen and the Mini-Housens. Miz mocks Cocky the mascot, thinking Big Bird's gonna come out next. Okay. And then Little Yachty starts mocking him for being cast! So Kit Wilson busts out his slam poetry book, mocking Trick and Little Yachty, and kind of turns out that they're trying to out-rhyme a professional rapper. Yeah, not a good idea there, Kit Wilson. Not a good idea. Little Yachty gets on the mic and just rips him up, with both of them apart. Shit. And then Miz is like, I want to fight you right here, right now. So Trick's like, alright. Smacks Kit Wilson right in the face, like, bitch slapped him. Shit. Then he knocked Miz to the outside. That was pretty much it, but that's it. I mean, I like Little Yachty as, you know, the sidekick of Trick. I miss Trick and Mello, the Trick Mello gang. I know we're gonna get to see that Mello and Trick pretty damn soon for the U.S. title. Sign me up for that. So, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so we move on with that. I'm not gonna do ratings because I want to get to the show pretty quick. Alright, so we get to the match, which wasn't that bad. A little over 11 minutes. You know, Trick Wilson gets a little cheap shot. Little Yachty basically does nothing for most of the match. We're getting to the end. A flapjack cuts Miz off. Goes for the skull-crushing finale. He hits it. And I was like, oh no, he's not going to beat Trick Willie. No. But thankfully, Trick Willie kicked out at 2. Kicked out at 2. Miz gets all mad. Grabs a kendo stick from the outside. But then referee's checking on Trick. And then Little Yachty gets on the, he grabs the kendo stick. He's like, no, no, no. Then, wham! Right into Kit Wilson's gut. Right in front of the referee. He's like, uh-oh, that might be a DQ. But the referee's like, I'll allow it. And then Trick with the trick shot. 1, 2, 3 to get the win. His family's all happy. The crowd was wired for him. He got a massive hometown pop. Love it. Alright, so Trick Willie gets the win in a non-title affair over Garbage Miz. And that's pretty much it. We move on with that. Alright, we go to back, I believe, with Kathy Kelly. And she has, him, Carmelo Hayes, ready to face Absolute Ricky Starks. Coming up a little bit, because when Mello shoots, he don't miss. Well, sometimes he does. But anyway, Ricky Starks comes in, says the world has changed since you got here. Well, since you were here. So Hayes is already. So Mello says, I'm all ready to humble you, there, Mr. Ricky. So we'll see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, then we go to Nicholas Aldis' office. Well, outside his office. Sami Zayn, the former U.S. champion, and, you know, he tried so hard to get the U.S. title back. You know, cheated as much as he could, but in the end, Trick Willie retained. So he goes to Nick Aldis, apologizes for his recent actions, wants one more title shot against Trick Willie, and Nick's like, well, you have to go back to the back of the line like everybody else. You have to earn it, like Smith Barney. We earn it. Sami's like, no, I don't want to do that. He's all going crazy. You know, he says, what's going on here? Everything is changing. And Nick Aldis was like, oh, so now I'm not going to give it to you because it feels like you're entitled. And then Bray Phoenix comes up to him And he's like saying, calm down, SA, calm down. And Sami Zayn's like, I don't want to hear from you, especially you, Ray Phoenix, who I haven't seen in a match since like 2 months ago. And then people was telling me that it was Dragon Lee. I mean, it kind of sort of looked the same. Kind of. I'm like, okay, it's just some guy in a mask. He's Mexican. Go ahead. Moving on. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Sammy. I still don't think he's not entitled to another title shot. You have to earn that crap. So, sucks for you, Sammy. And that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we got the Women's Tag Team Champions getting ready to defend against Julia and the resident accountant, Kiana James. Basically, they're ready for anyone. And then the Irresistible Forces, the former champions, that's the big, beautiful ladies of Last Legend. Kick done. And Nia, Jax. They say, yeah, you better look over your shoulder because we want a shot too. So we get that. So we get to the match, which lasted about 9 garbage minutes. And we get to the end. Paige Sunset Flip bombs Julia out the corner. Ow. Gets the hot tag to Brie Bella with the running knees in the ropes. The just kicks of doom on both of them. Then the Bella Buster, that X Factor by, made famous by X-Pac. Gets a near fall on Kiana James. Then another Face Buster by Julia sets up her Northern Lights bomb, or the Arrivederci, and looked like they're about to win the belts, but Paige made the save, and I don't even know how she got the tag. Picks up Kiana James, hits Rampage, 1, 2, 3 to retain the women's tag team belts. And I heard a rumor that Paige is bringing back the Paige Turner, one of her other lethal finishers. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight because the Bellas are defending against, who are they facing tonight? I forget who I think they're facing Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez tonight, I think. I know they're defending, but I forgot who. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so Paige and Brie Bella get the win in 9 minutes. That's that. Then we're going to look at Walter trying to jump Cody last week. Well, that really didn't have any success, and Cody's like, I don't sweat you, G! Okay, Raheem. And that's that. Alright, then we go to back once again with Kathy Kelly, and the Women's U.S. Champion is Tiffy time! Daddy! What? You see me on Smackdown? Yes, you look beautiful as always. And I don't understand why all these people on what is it, the social media, why are they saying you're plastic and all this other stuff? You're beautiful just the way you are in your mother's image. I don't know, Daddy, I don't like it. Yeah, stop making fun of my girl, Tiffany Stratton. She's all real. I don't care what anybody says about her titties, but hey, if you want to ask Luffy Kaiser that, go ahead. Or her so-called, protective boyfriend now. Well, he is very protective of her. I understand that, but you're a douchebag. Tiffany Stratton should be with me, because I'm her daddy, not you. Anyway, so Tiffy Tip is interrupted by Kiana James and Julia arguing behind them. Oh, Splitsville for them pretty soon. And then, out of nowhere, Chelsea Green! She's back after her, I believe, heart surgery. She had some type of surgery, I think. She's back, and, Chelsea wants to, be around Tiffy, stuff like that, help her out, shit like that. So, Tiffy sees her, he's like, oh, you just got out of surgery. I'm not impressed. Not impressive, Skywalker. Not impressed. So Tiffy's not impressed with Chelsea Green. Oh, well. And we move on with that. Alright, then. Cody! MD Cody, you bitch! No! The undisputed champion, the unified champion, whatever you want to call him. He comes out with a contract to face Walter at Clash in Italy for that title. And he builds his own contract signing set. gets 2 office chairs, a table. He sets up, puts the title on the table. Okay. I was thinking, okay, somebody fired the freaking ring crew, finally. So anyway, he makes that, calls out Walter, who comes out, talks about how much time Cody put into doing all that. But Cody's, a typical American, how to make it all about himself. And all I want you to do, Cody, is act nicely to have me sign that contract and not make things even weird or even worse for yourself. So he's trying to walk Cody through it, and then Will Hobbs, or Royce Keys of all people, interrupts, and he goes right to the ring. I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on here? So he says, Walter, if you won't sign it, I'm gonna sign it. Cody's like, go ahead. I'm like, yeah, you signed your death warrant there, Cody. You're about to die. So Royce is about to sign. Walter comes in, cuts that off. I'm like, yup, triple threat. Nick Aldis comes out, says, well, Walter, you outplayed your hand. Now you have to earn your title shot, and now you and Royce Keys will fight in the main event for that title shot. That's fine with Cody. Respects Royce, he respects Will Hobbs, gives him the same, hey, I'm easy to find, hard to beat garbage. So we get that. So that's the main event. Will Hobbs and Walter to see who faces Cody at Clash in Italy. I was praying for a triple threat. Did we get it? No. Sadly, we did not get it, and I was pissed. We move on. Alright, go to back. Sono Mibuki tells the resident gremlin Tamatanga, yeah, to deal with Poppy Priest later on. Then he leaves, and then he leaves with Hikuleo, and then Shinsuke Nakamura. Great hair, by the way. Did you use AJ Styles hair shampoo and conditioner? Because that hair was perfect. I saw a werewolf entering a Chinese restaurant. His hair was perfect. God bless you, Warren Zevon, you bastard. Ooh, werewolves wrestling. Hold on. Alright, so Shinsuke comes up to Tama, trying to get him to leave the MFTs, but this time he gets jumped by Hikuleo, puts him through he puts him through a table. Damn. So I guess we're going to see Shinsuke and Hikuleo this week on Smackdown. See what happens with that. Alright, then Walter starts yelling at Nick Aldis about facing Will Hobbs in the main event. Aldis says, you played your hand, and now you gotta earn your title shot, and you can only blame yourself. And then Walt's like, this fucking sucks! Throws his jacket down. Fuck! You weren't such a dick. Just sign the goddamn contract, Walter. We wouldn't be at this point. But, this is typical WWE. We have to do everything wrong. Oh, we have to make you earn the title shot. It's like, we're going to give you a gimme match, and then you're going to sign the contract. Dumb booking. Dumb. I hate when they do that. It's like, we got a contract signing, but now we got to wait for the other guy to sign it, and he signs it like the day before the pay-per-view to make it official. Stupid. Stupid. I hate that. Did you just have the match, they start the feud, then they sign the contract the next week, and then they can fuck each other up, for the next 3 weeks or a month or whatever it may be. Don't just give me this thing like, I got a contract, if you don't sign this contract when the match doesn't happen. And then we gotta wait like 2-3 weeks before the contract actually is signed. Stupid. I hate that shit. You know what gets my gears? That's what gets my gears. Stupid fucking booking. Like that. This is WWE we're talking about. You don't see this in AEW. It is what it is. Let me see. Let me do it easy. Let me take. idiot to do shit like that. Next time, don't do your screams drunk. But I digress. Moving on. Alright, then we get to Carmelo Hayes. Him takes on Absolute Ricky Starks. Decent match, but why in the fuck is Ricky Starks jobbing? He jobbed to Cody, and now he jobs to freaking Melo? Huh? I know we got a rep bump. Well, not a rep bump per se, but Melo goes for nothing but the bottom of the net. He missed. Brick. Allows Ricky to grab a tornado DDT for a near fall. And then Ricky's all mad. Sends Melo into the corner. Tries to a fruit roll up with the feet on the rope, but somehow Melo kicked out. And then I think the referee kind of saw it too, and he's kind of admonishing Ricky. Ricky's yelling at the ref. And then Carmelo's like, hey, I can do that too. Fruit roll up, feet on the rope. Referee didn't see it. 1, 2, 3. Melo kind of, sort of cheated to win, but hey, a win's a win. So, we get that. But I don't understand why Ricky Starks, I think, like, 2 out of the last 3 weeks or so is jobbed. Why? I know you gotta start, gotta get your, gotta pay your dues on Smackdown when you debut. But, are we getting the Killer Cross treatment? Where he lost on his Raw debut in 90 seconds to Jeff Harvey, dude? And then, pretty much, his WWE career went to shit. And look at him now! 4 titles he has now. 4! Fuck you, WWE. Oh, we want you to come back to us, Killer Cross. I hope he says no. Hope he goes to AEW and just whips ass. And his first fucking promo should be, hey, I did so good on the indies, now I'm in the, I'm where the big boys wrestle. Where the best, AEW is the best wrestling in the world, unlike a certain other company up north. Who's all about getting celebrities in, and it's not all about wrestling. It's all about celebrities and people thinking they're great and they're not. You got you got Vince McMahon's son-in-law running things, and you got the lesser Khan. They're not related. I would say something like that. It says we got a guy that thinks he's related to, the Khan family, but he's the lesser garbage version of the Khans. Blah, blah, blah. So that guy can't hold a candle to Shad Khan or even Tony Khan. Give him a little shout out. A little extra money on the side, maybe. I just ripped the company apart on the mic. Or he's like, Tony, I'm just gonna shoot from the hip. Tony's like, go ahead, talk for 20 minutes. And I'm like, fuck WWE, fuck Nick Khan, fuck Hunter, fuck Triple H, fuck Paul Levesque, fuck Shawn Michaels, fuck TKO, fuck Dwayne Johnson, and fuck the entire fan base of WWE. I would rip the entire WWE fan base apart. I say, if you don't believe in AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling, fuck you. And Ring of Honor, too. It's like, you don't believe in Tony Khan's vision, fuck you. You don't belong here. It's like, you can't, if you don't want to run with me, and you don't want to run with Tony Khan and company, and the Bucks, and Kenny, and the women's division, and everything else, then if you want, I'm like, you want to hang with us? Great. You want to hang with a bunch of circus acts? Then get out of here. Then I go, much praise to Roman. Then I throw the mic down. I give Roman all his praise, and everybody else, I can, besides the, EO and company, leave them alone. But everybody else in WWE can go fuck themselves. That's what I would do in a promo if I'm coming over, from MLW or wherever I'm coming from. If I'm coming over for WWE, I'm going off on them. It's like, I came here for, to kick ass, and show all the naysayers, all the critics, and Paul Levesque, and Tony, and Nick Khan, and especially those idiots at TKO that that they can take all their comments and shit they couldn't say to my face, shove it up your ass. Just look at me now. And then if I win a title, I'm gonna cut a promo just like that. I was like, look at me now, there, Hunter. Says if I ever saw you in the street, I'm gonna take this title and shove it up your fucking ass, you prick. Ugh. But that's just me. Moving on. Alright, so Mello gets the win over Ricky Starks, and yeah. I don't know why Ricky Starks is jobbing, but we move on. Alright, let me fire up the old Netflix machine. Hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got the wrong button. And I'm not watching that fucking fight. Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey's fight was so garbage. 17-second garbage fest. I shut it off. I was like... Nate Diaz, that fight he had, and he was busted wide open. I forgot who he fought, but I think Nate Diaz lost that match. That fight. At least that was better than watching a 17-second fight between a bitch and Gina Carano. Oops. Did I hit a nerve there, Ronda? Hey, put me in a Fujiwara armbar. I'll last 60 seconds like Turtle in, what's that fucking show? I forgot the show. I'll last longer than Turtle and I'll still fuck you. Then I'll leave. Good man, Turtle. Good man, you didn't tap out in 60 seconds. Then, you know, she let you fuck her. Which is, you know, I hope it was good for you, Turtle. Damn, man. That's pity sex, man. And it was like, it's like, oh, if you last 60 seconds with me in the cage, I'm gonna let you fuck me. That's pity sex. I mean, that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this guy tap out in 30 if he lasts 60. I'm just gonna like, oh well, I'll just sit there, I'll just like sit wide open and let him bang me. Fake orgasm, right? Probably. Who knows? It is what it is. That's that. Hey, you shut up. You need to calm down. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to put me in an ankle lock and try to break my ankle and make me last 60 seconds. I'll just take it like a man, and you're gonna take it like a woman after I'm done with you. Put her in a leg lock. Ha ha! Her legs will be locked around my dick. Make her acknowledge me, if you know what I mean. Anyway, moving on. Alright, R-Truth's in the back. Thanks, Will Haas for helping out with the MFT situation. It says, hey, I can get you in the Judgment Day 2000. Okay. So he leaves. Poppy Priest comes in, says that I don't trust him. And, you know, Snuggles beat me up. They beaten you up. But they haven't touched Will Hobbs. What's up with that? So R-Truth's like, yeah, I understand that. I'm sorry for what happened last week. You know. But Poppy's like, well, you're 100% not medically cleared. So you get to stay in the back. Let me fight Tama Tonga. Alright, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then, Mr. Tennyson! I will curse you. He's in his lab. He answers in like a 1955 phone. You know, one of those rotary phones, picks up the little thing. Hello? And then it explodes. He's trying to make another clone. I don't know what he's doing. Trying to make like Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, and he's like typing on his Commodore 64 computer, trying to get a new. I don't know what he's trying to do. He thinks he's trying to get a clone or a partner or something. I bet you nothing is gonna be Omos. It has to be Omos. Who else gonna get? You think they're gonna get the Great Gali? crinkly. Boopy, 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 boopy. Yeah, maybe they'll bring back Rajan Singh. I don't know. You know, his manager. What's his name? His name was Rajan Singh, right? I forget. Alright, Raw's about to start. Yeah, let me finish this up. Alright, so Tama Tonga and Poppy was an okay match. Poppy gets the win with South to Heaven, which was great. And then my notes go bye-bye, and that's pretty much it. If I miss anything, well, maybe I won't miss anything. We'll see what happens sometime. And we move on. We move on, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty much it. But we get to the end. Walter and Will Hobbs was a barn burner match. Big beefy men slapping meat. Great match. Walter gets the win. Obviously, I was hoping maybe a no contest. Like maybe Cody comes out and fucks it up. But yeah, Walter got the win, so he officially will face Cody at Clash in Italy next Sunday night. Next Sunday afternoon for the undisputed title. I hope he wins. So I think he doesn't have to sign the contract, even though he did anyway. And then he yells into the camera to Cody, and then Cody appears behind him, hits Crossroads, and then pretty much leaves Walter laying to end Smackdown. And I'm like, nah, didn't care. I didn't care about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so going to Raw. We are live from Greensboro, North Carolina. That's Kenny country for you people. So we got that, and like I said, Jacob's gonna come out to talk about Roman before his match. So we get a little recap of the opening to Raw last Monday, where Roman comes out, says he wants Jacob to acknowledge him, or else he's gonna kick him out of WWE. And then, you know, we saw a little bit of backlash where Roman won barely. Even though I had to cheat to win, he still has the title. And he basically calls Jacob out. Jacob beats up Jey Uso, then he beats up Jimmy Uso. And then, you know, him and Roman go at it. Roman was in control, and then Jacob beat Roman's ass, put him through the announce table. And then he goes to leave, comes back, hits the Umaga butt splash into the barricade onto the entire bloodline. So we're getting all this now, so we're gonna get to Jacob in a minute. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Alright. Sami Zayn ran into Johnny Gargano, who's doing his plank thing. He can't move. He's like dead. Candice LeRae comes in, not impressed with that. And Sami starts running into pretty much a unconscious, mute Johnny Gargano even more. Okay, we get that. We get Jade Cargill and the baddies, Mia Yim and B-Fab. She comes out, not surprised that people change their mind on her. They change face. And at Clash in Italy, she's going to get her title back from Mommy Rhea Ripley. And then Horseface Charlotte Flair and Ms. Bliss, Alexa Bliss, come out to interrupt. Charlotte's ready to go after Jade. Doesn't seem impressed. She's like, go sit down and take some notes for our match. So we get to, before that, we get Blake Monroe. Oh my. She's still coming. You know, she was in a pre-show, dark match. Ah, my tribal chief! He gets his belt. What's going on, sir? Oh, here comes Nick Aldis again. I mean, not Nick Aldis, sorry. Adam Pearce! Bastard. Fuck you, Adam Pearce. He was like, oh, if you would have listened to me last week, this wouldn't have happened. Shut up, Adam Pearce. Oh, I wanted to do it my way. When we should just fuck him up.
Because I'm calling his ass out right now.
That's right.
Seriously?
Yes. Yes.
He needs to be fired tonight. I need to hand him out business first, you understand? I hear what you say, but...
Uh-oh. Roman wants to handle business tonight, his way, and now Jacob's out to... is going to the ring. So, Jacob's gonna basically call out Roman, and Roman's gonna come out and whoop his ass. We hope. So we got that. Alright, so Charlotte and Lexi take on B-Fab and Mishin with Jade at ringside. Eventually, Bliss goes up for, hits the wind-up DDT. And then Jade pulls her out of the ring for a DQ. Big old beatdown. And then Charlotte clears the ring. But even, clears out B-Fab and Mia Yim. And Jade's still not impressed. So, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully they don't give the title back to Jade. And then maybe at SummerSlam or Night of Champions we get Jade and Charlotte. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Just trying to see if anyone was extra segments. Fatal Influence doesn't seem impressed with what's going on, because they're a real team who will get all the gold, and that's a threat. We'll see what happens with that. Charlotte's not happy with Mommy Rhea Ripley for not being at ringside, isn't really used to needing help. Lexi doesn't seem thrilled, but says we need to help each other no matter what. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. We get the recap. Alright, Jacob, calm down with your old gas, no brakes, yada mean crap. Roman's coming out right about now. Oh, no, the Usos are coming out. Alright, so Jimmy and Jay are going to come out and probably get saved by Roman. Oh, Jay's mad. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Jay Uso is mad. And Jimmy's trying to calm him down. I don't know if it's such a good idea, Jay. Oh. Well, both of them are going in the ring. Alright, Jimmy's trying to calm down Jay from basically going buck wild on that bitch named Jacob. Call Rikishi. I like that. That was a nice sign. Call Rikishi. Yeah, let's call him. What's going on with your sons? They're acting buck wild. Anyway, we got that. Yeah, that's basically all I gotta say about that. Like I said, Walter gets the title shot against Cody. Cody beats him up at the end to end the show. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna get to Raw because Raw's starting, and my computer crashed. So, anyway, Smackdown, it was alright. 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's pretty much it. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. Roman's gonna come out pretty soon and acknowledge us, and you should acknowledge him too every day. Twice on Sundays. That's it. So, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.